broadcast live.
Coming to you live.
We're live
From the basement of an abandoned training facility where we talk about fighting, training, and events. It's the Fight Mixer Show on the Three Beards Podcast, where you can hear about all the local and world combat sports happenings. Get ready. It's time to gear up and square up because we're going live.
And now,
Broadcasting live.
We will broadcast live
with Craig, Chris, Austin, and Matt on the Fight Mixer Show.
Welcome to the Fight Mixer Show and the Three Beards Podcast. My name is Craig, along with me, Chris, Austin, and we have with us Justin Sims, Rodolfo Roman, and Erwin Rivera. This episode is going to be brought to you by Brott's Beard Care. Amazing product. Let me tell you about Kelly Brott. He is the Willy Wonka of beard oils. I mean, I think the secret to his amazing blends is the fact that he has a small army of gnomes that are trapped in his basement, working massive long hours, putting together these extreme, perfectly blended concoctions. And with those, I mean, makes your beard amazingly. And yeah, I'm totally making that up. He doesn't have a basement.
Hey, I need some of that, man. I could use a little some of that.
Yeah, we'll have to get that for you. No, it is great stuff. I mean, it's one of those. Austin found him at a local farmers market in Winter Garden, and got to talking about him. And just stuff is fantastic. All of us use them, and I mean, we just have to convince Jessica to let Justin grow a beard over there. He's the only one out of all of us not rocking the facial hair, so he don't.
I thought I had a pubic hair the other day, and then I peed out of
it. Who knows? You could try a little bit. It might just magically overnight, yeah.
It's not that he doesn't want to; he can't.
Yeah, it is amazing. You are two things. It's either you have it or you don't. I mean, there is just it's one of those crazy things. It's like
I'm pretty much albino with brown eyes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I don't know if you can tell. Just saying, the whitest guy in Florida, right here.
I know. It's something. But welcome to the show. It looks like that my compatriots have dropped off, so they'll be joining back us again. So, we had Alex on earlier, and we just got to talking, especially with you, Justin, and you just started got the ball rolling. It's like, do you guys want to talk to Erwin? We're like, yeah. And like, then you got Rodolfo, and we started going through this whole thing, and I'm like, we're just gonna have a Titan FC party. Yeah. So we're just gonna bring everybody in. We're gonna talk, and so, so we'll kind of start with you. With what you guys have been doing, but I mean, you've seen UFC get out there, without fans. So Rodolfo, what was it like for you doing the announcing with nobody out there cheering, and yelling at the same time? Was it hard?
No, not actually. It's not my first rodeo, believe it or not. Way back when MMA was picking up here in South Florida, we would have shows in little bars where maybe 2, 3, 10 people would show up. And I remember one time actually the microphone went off, and I had to just impromptu just announce the fighters without a microphone. So the only thing that was a challenge, and I think Justin could attest to that, is the air condition. It's the heat. So I think that night, not only was it challenging as far as not a lot of you don't have that fan to feed off, so it's also a mental game. But boy, were we hot, and I have to wear that suit. And I mean, it's like going to a sauna. So I think I lost about a good 3, 4, 5 pounds that night. I sweated off, and add the mask too while you're at it.
Yeah.
No. So when are you gonna rock one of those Bruce Buffer suits like that? Have that. I mean, that thing was on point. That suit he had. It's just like for you. It's like you got to get something that pops. I mean, that he took.
Yeah. No, I'll leave I'll leave that to Bruce. That's his. That's his. My thing is rings. I love rings, and I like heavy metal rings with skeletons and crazy things like that, and Jimmy and Jason, and that's my thing. That's what I like to do. So you'll see me rock some weird rings every now and then.
Trainer gets out of line, you just pop him with a skeleton.
Okay.
Everyone has seen my diamond skeleton ring, and if you see it, it's like, whoa, it's crazy.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I mean. Everybody's got to have their little shtick, the thing that they're known for. The people, so when everybody's fighting, so, that's cool. So now when I'm watching, I'm going to be like, all right, what rings is he going to rock this thing? He's the Mr. T of Titan. He's just coming in just with every rings.
That's what, just a knuckle, right? Just wear some brass knuckles one day.
Yes, come in. Yeah, that would be awesome.
That would be pretty cool. I'm gonna think about that one.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Five Finger Death Punch, so they got like a brass knuckle with 5 finger death. Maybe I'll see if they got something around.
We'll see if somebody could manufacture a microphone for you.
There you go.
Ooh, as a brass knuckle. That's badass. And bling out. Yeah, man. And bling out the mic portion of it. Bling it out.
That would be hot.
That would be cool.
But it's gold, that thing. Like I said,
Yeah. I like that idea. I'm gonna look that up.
Just after you're done.
Boom. Knock out Justin with a camera over there.
And you can see the design of one of his rings. No, I'm just kidding.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you got out of line. You got too close, interrupting him. So
I don't mess with anybody. I work in a company where everyone can kick my ass.
Yeah. You gotta be careful.
Just yeah. Good thing to keep in the back pocket at all times.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely want to make sure everybody likes you, especially when they could easily put you in a chokehold, and next thing you know, you're out on the canvas.
Yeah, I usually talk my smack to everybody as I'm driving away.
That's the best. That's the best way to do it. I talk my trash on the podcast. I told Jim Allers I could beat him. So I talk my trash on the podcast. I mean, hey.
You said you could take Jim Allers bare knuckle fighting.
That might have been a big mistake on your part.
He was determined. I told him, I go, here, this is the only condition. It's like Anchorman. Touching of the hair of the face. You got to just, we're going to wall you off there. And I go, the rest of the thing, you're going to need to be in a full-on sumo suit, protecting you because, he's going to flat kill you, man. He's going to kill you. But if that happens, Justin, Jessica, you guys are going to have to, film it for us.
Yeah, please.
Well,
If that happens, you got my number, Justin. It's all good.
I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, I'm well protected. I know that.
Oh, yeah.
Let me put it to you this way. I forgot the gentleman's name that was just speaking in the blue shirt. If you and I tried to jump Irwin together, we would both be laid out.
You already know it.
I'm not saying, dude.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm sure.
I'm crazy as far. I mean, you gotta be crazy to take a fight last minute like that.
That's insane.
That's amazing. You you got down there last minute and you're ready to get it on.
Yeah. That shit. The whole experience was crazy, bro. But everything
What
happened.
was that like? What was that feeling getting the call from Dana White saying, "Hey, I want you in 2 days"?
No, man, bro, they didn't even give me 2 days, man.
Oh, yeah.
That shit was literally 15 hours. That's how long.
Oh, Jesus.
That was 15 hours. I took that fight on a 15-hour notice.
Hey, here's your debut of UFC in 15 hours.
Bro, but at the end of the day, you have to understand when an opportunity comes knocking, you know? And I understood that. And I've been waiting for that. I've been waiting my whole life for that. I've been waiting since I started getting through my first Titan fight, and then after I got the interim title, and then after I defended it and unified the belt and got that, I've been waiting for the call. I got lucky, I put 2 and 2 together. I said to myself, okay, well, these guys is going to, somebody's going to get infected. There's going to be people out. People are just not going to want to fight, and there's going to be opportunities. And I knew that coming in.
So I was just waiting. I was waiting and waiting and waiting. I wish I would have been a little bit more prepared because I was like chunky in that fight. You know, my hair was all fucked up. You know what I mean? But, seriously, you know. But things happen, man. Everything happens for a reason. God willing, I got the call. God willing, I put on a hell of a performance. You know, I did the best I could with the little time that I had. And even given under the circumstances, you know, I had to go and get the medicals. I had to get into the USADA program. I had to get through quarantine. I had to cut weight. I had to do all these things, and I did. I made them happen. You know. So everything happens for a reason, bro. Everything happens for a reason. I'm here. I'm in the UFC, and I'm smiling. You know, because I got my next fight is going to be 35. You know, my normal weight class. So nice.
Nice. And so you are getting another UFC fight?
Yeah, absolutely. I got a 4-fight deal. I got a 4-fight contract with the UFC. So
there you go.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Dude, you earned it. I mean, I was watching that fight. You know, just like I said, we were talking before we came on, and the whole thing is like, here's a guy. You know, short notice, he's in here, and I'm looking at this. I mean, this guy. I mean, you were having to take twice as many steps just to get around his reach advantage.
I had to jump and close in the distance. That's the only thing I could do to that guy. That guy was 6 foot, bro. He was 6 foot, bro. You know, and you know what the crazy part is? The crazy part is I'm so crazy that I didn't even ask who my opponent was. I didn't ask. I didn't find out who my opponent was until about 5 o'clock in the morning on my way to Jacksonville. You know, in the car. My manager called me up and he's like, "Yo, Erwin, I didn't tell you who you fighting, right?" I said, "Hell no, bro. I don't give a fuck, man. Let's go. This is UFC." You know what I'm saying? So that's how crazy it was, man. He told me who it was. I did the little research that I could with the little time that I could. But the guy was he's a vet, man. He's a vet. He knew how to use his distance. He was a very smart fighter. You know, he's not just a regular fighter. He's a smart fighter. And he knew exactly how to hit me and get away from distance range, you know?
Yeah.
He just kept progressively getting better as the rounds went on. But I just did not give up because I have so much heart, bro. I can't, bro. Like, you know, I wanted to close the show down. I wanted to do the impossible, bro.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but like I said, everything happens for a reason. I know why the fight took place the way that it did. I know why everything happened. You know, I'm very big on faith, and I talk to God a lot. And I'm very grateful, man. And, you know, I got to show a lot, and it made for an even better story, bro. Like, you know, my whole story in general is insane, bro. You know, to still be here, still going strong, still doing what I'm doing, bro. It's insane, bro. You know, and
that's great. I can't even imagine, just like I said, you know, just getting that call. You know, you don't even know who you're fighting. You got just this short amount of time. You know, basically, whoever you're there is like, I'm out. You know, you're grabbing your little your bag, hopping in the car, and just pulling butt to get to
literally, like I told you, I was fat as fuck in that fight, man. literally, I shit you not, man. On my 4th taco, bro. I was on my 4th taco. I was about to eat my shit, bro, like my taco. And my manager Ali called me. He's like, "Yo, Erwin," he's like, "What's the status on your medicals? Because I think I have an opportunity for you to fight in the UFC." I was like, "What? Seriously?" And I'm like, "Tell me if you're serious." He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I'm serious. What's your status on your medicals?" I'm like, "Well, I got to get everything done because I haven't fought at all this year. So I got to get everything done." He's like, "Go get everything done and hit me back, send me what you got, and let's go make this happen." I'm like, 100%. Boom. I hung up the phone. I left my taco right there. My phone was right there on the phone.
I left the last taco.
Big on like cooking, bro. You know, I take a lot of pride and I throw a lot of love in my food. And my taco was so perfect, and it was just right there. I left that shit on the table. I went to get the medicals done. I fucking call up my boy. I'm like, "Bro, I just got in the UFC, and I need you." And he cut me off halfway. He's like, "Erwin, say no more. You got in the UFC. I'm coming to pick you up right now. We got to go to Jacksonville right now." I'm like, "Perfect." I'm grateful to have friends like that, you know? I'm grateful to have friends like that are willing to do that. You know, I called up my other boy, Sean Soriano. I told him, "Vato," you know, I call him my Vato. I'm like, "Vato, we got to go to Jacksonville." He's like, "Erwin, I already know, bro. Come pick me up. Let's go, bro." That's awesome. I'm like, perfect. You know, we literally got in the car. In the car, I had to sign into USADA. Like another 2 hours on the app, bro. Just fucking signing in, filling out all this paperwork. Didn't even get no sleep. You know, we get to the hotel immediately. Boom, got to cut the weight. right away, 12 pounds, like a G. I cut 12 pounds like a G. You know? Yeah. I cut the 12 pounds. I got done. I was like, okay, I'm ready to get weighed in. I'm dehydrated. I'm all tired. I'm fucked up. Like, you know, I'm like, I just want to get weighed in. And they're like, no, you can't get weighed in because you have to be quarantined because you came in late. And we don't know if you're infected or not. So you're going to have to quarantine my ass, bro. I'm like, fuck, man. And then they told me, then they hit me with like, okay, we can weigh you in, but you're going to be weighed in last around 12 o'clock. And it's like 7 o'clock. I'm like, fuck, bro. You know what I mean? So I have to do all this shit, man. You know, all this shit. But at the end of the day, I still showed up. I still did what I had to do. And that's the only thing that matters, man. That's the only thing that matters, bro. You know?
What you need is, like I said, I don't need credit for this, but the T-shirt idea for you now is, you know, official gear for you. Rest in peace, taco. It just needs to say R.I.P. and taco. And that's going to be part of your gear right there is rest in peace, taco. Because like I said, that's the story now. I had that perfect taco. I had to sacrifice to make
perfect
the
guy.
UFC.
I was on my fourth one, man. That shit was so good. And I make them like the way that I make them. They're like kind of healthy. I make like a little mango salsa, bro.
Yeah. See, there you go. That's the picture. Rest in peace, taco.
Rodolfo, you know, bro. I made it with the mango salsa and the queso fresco, bro. You know what I'm talking about? That shit was banging, bro. That shit was banging, bro. Yeah.
A little tequila too. A little tequila.
Oh yeah. Oh nah. Thank God. Thank God.
So, same thing. When we talked to Sam, you know, after his fight, he went and got a slice of pizza. Did you get a taco after that fight?
Oh, me? After the fight? Nah. After the fight, I just started getting like, you know, I was a little bummed out about how everything went, but then I started getting all the feedback, man, from the fans. And the fans are very grateful for the fans, bro. Like a lot, the entire Spanish community, bro. Like the entire Spanish community, you know, mostly the Mexican community. They all hit me up, man. They're like, "Yo, we believe in you. You know, we believe in what you did. We will show you hard, like you did. You really represented us Mexicans like so good, you know." And I got such great feedback, man. You know, like even from the Latin community, like I said, all the Latino community. You represent the exact replica of a Mexican fighter, of a Latin fighter. You know, you kept moving forward. You kept trying to get the guy, you know, and it was beautiful, man. The messages that I received, they cheered me up so much, you know. And then I got to talk to Dana after the fight. You know, I talked to Sean Shelby. They loved me, bro. You know, so you know, I'm very, like I said, everything happened for a reason. And all I know is that I know what I have to do next time. I'm gonna come with everything that I got in my next fight. So, you know.
But you know, we talked about that on the past. We talked about that on the past show. You know, they may not watch much amateur, but when you get up in UFC, the Mexican Spanish community actually watches. I guess you know. I don't know why they don't watch it at amateur level like that. But once you get their following, they'll travel anywhere to come see you.
Anywhere, bro. I still get I get messages every day from my Mexican people, bro. In Spanish, in English, you know, like everything. They always hit me up. They always send me like, you know, like just from my stories that I throw on Instagram, because I try to throw out a bunch of stories on Instagram. It's just so I can get people to get an idea of what I go through on a daily basis. They want to know, you know, and then I just do my stories and they just send me messages like, yo, this is funny. They see me dancing cumbia with my mother the other day. They like posting that like on their Instagram and stuff like that. So it's a lot of love, man. It's so much love and it's beautiful. It's beautiful, the passion of it, you know, and I'm very grateful, man. I'm very grateful and I'm very honored.
Now, what's your Instagram handle so I can make sure?
My handle, it's iRivera144_1.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Roman, do you have an Instagram one too, so that way we make sure we follow it and tag you?
Oh, Roman DH.
Roman DH. Okay. All right. And then I was going to ask, so now with his story about cutting weight, starving himself, now, Roman, Justin, Jessica, do you guys find yourself like, you know, without even thinking about it, you're just snacking on a bag of Doritos, right? You're just eating food. Then you're like, wait a minute, you know, because there's Erwin like, oh my God, I'm so hungry. And you're just sitting here like, oh yeah, this is great.
Not for me. I try to eat very healthy, man. I try to eat as vegetarian as I can. So
wait a minute,
I'm all right.
Even if you're just sitting here snacking on vegetables, I'm sure that's just got to be killing them. Sitting here piling in.
I love my tofus and eggplants.
Thumbs up to you. I need my meat.
I eat horribly. But I mean, the very first thing I learned when I first started filming in the fight game was Dean Thomas told me the number one rule is to stay the fuck out of the fighter's way. That was like number one, Justin, whatever you do. So I tried to see what the subtext of that is. And the subtext of that is you know, don't have a large pepperoni pizza if you're filming Erwin Rivera during a weight cut. That's not really, not really tactful. Like you said earlier, everybody should like you. That's not going to get him to like me. So
you got your emergency M&M pack in your pocket, you know, just when they're not looking.
That'd be me. I'm not going to do good.
That actually happens. I'm not. That happens.
Not for nothing. That's a very respectable rule. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's very respectable for, you know, to be like that, because we go through a lot of shit, man, you know, and we don't want to be dealing with shit like that. We don't even want to deal, like, on weight cut days, especially, bro, on weight cut days, we don't even want to be dealing with nobody. Like, I don't want to talk to you. I want to look at you. Like, I want to get my weight. It's like a job. You just want to go and get it done, and then you want to start rehydrating and stuff. Like, the worst thing is, like, when they try to do interviews on the same day as weigh-in. Come on, man. You got a fighter who's dehydrated and shit, and you expect them to talk, you know, like, you know, it's crazy. But, you know, like, everything is a learning process, and everybody's getting better as we go. You know, like, Titan FC does a great job at that. They do interviews and stuff after the weigh-ins, you know, so you know, it's very good, you know. Like I said, everything is a trial and error kind of thing, you know.
But I can only imagine.
Interviews on the weigh-ins would be a Jerry Springer-ish type, you know, type activity.
But I can only. I can only imagine UFC camera crew. I bet they're like trying to be on you like all 24/7.
Oh yeah, they're on you 24/7. But the thing is, like, you just gotta understand it's a job. You know, it's a job. It's like anything. You know, you just gotta be used to it. You know, and like I said, all the small shows, they prep you for that. You know, everything that I went through in Titan FC has prepped me to become the UFC fighter that you see today, you know, and eventually the UFC champion that you're going to see. You know what I mean? Like, they prepped me for that. You know, all the other shows that I've had in the past, they prepped me for that. You know, if and only if, as a fighter, you see it that way. If you see it any other way, then what are you doing? You know what I mean? You have to see it that way. Like, everything is a building process. It's like any job. It's like any job that you have. You're slowly building, and you're slowly learning every single thing step by step. You know.
I can give a real-time example about Erwin Rivera and my experience of filming him in his last Titan fight when he defended the belt against Danny Sabatello. I had to. I don't know if you probably remember this, but I had to spend like 2 days with you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
He was most of the footage, but and he was super cool. Like, I remember coming home and telling Jessica, "Man, this guy's so cool. I can't wait to see him fight." And then I saw you like 2 days before the fight, and you scared the shit out of me, bro. I ran into you. I was filming somebody else that was fighting from Hard Knocks on the same card. And I ran.
Yeah. Not what's it called? Yeah. That's my homeboy. Yeah.
The big Russian guy. He beat the big Russian. Yeah. I passed you and we talked for a minute, and I'm not even kidding, guys. His eyes were shaking. You ever seen somebody? I came home and told Jessica, I said, "I'm not talking to this guy till after the fight. He's in the zone." Like, it was like 48 hours before the fight, and I was like, that was not the same guy that I just spent 2 days with like 2 weeks ago.
It's different, man. Like I always say, like it's crazy, because I mean, I'm grateful that I'm able to do it, but it's like a button, you know what I mean? Like the guy that you see here talking to you right now, it's just me. It's just me being me. It's the humble, beautiful, loving person that I am.
Yeah, that's not the guy that was at Hard Knocks.
Yeah, but when it comes down to performance, when it comes down to fight night, bro, you in there with a beast, like, period. Like, you know what I mean? I have all the respect in the world that I had for you is fucking gone, because I'm fighting for my family. I'm fighting for my daughter more than anything. I'm fighting for my future, you know, and you're standing in the way of me getting everything I could ever dream of. So I'm going to kill you. I'm going to do what I have to do. You know what I mean? And I'm very grateful that I can push that button, you know, but always, first and foremost, once the job is done, once it's over, then, like, that's it. Go back to being who you are. Like, you know, like, there's no sense, because some guys, like, they like to stay like that. They like to be like, yeah, like, I gotta kill everybody, you know, and always be like this. Like, nah, bro, relax, man. It's not that serious. There's more problems in the world than there is in here. You know what I mean? In the cage and fighting. You know, this is a one night, one day thing, and that's what it is. You know. And but like I said, I'm very grateful that I'm able to do stuff like that. You know.
Nice. Now, do you guys have any behind the scenes stories about each other? Like, you saw Justin drop the camera, you know, without Lex and Jeff knowing about it, you know, type that. Yeah.
Yeah, no one would know that.
Yeah.
Justin is like trying to hide. She has a
Rodolfo
story.
trips and falls as he's going into the cage, and that was, you're like, you're going to edit that out, right? Uh-huh.
Don't worry.
I've seen. I mean, I think there was one time, and Justin, I think maybe Erwin, you were there in that fight card. I can remember, but I think it was the night that it was Gustavo and Puerta #2. It never happened because of the test results. And
I was there. Yep.
Man, if you would have seen Lex in the back, they woo. And of course, for every reason, he had every right to get pissed off. Yeah. But when you see that man ticked off, woo wee, like Mount St. Helens.
No, so he's turning over the tables in the back, huh?
Yeah, he can get very.
How long do you think the future of testing is going to follow? Like, I mean, you have to test, quarantine, and a lot of these smaller productions can't put on fights or send fighters up. So how long do you think this is going to last?
I mean, in my opinion, I think this is when we get a vaccine. But I'll be honest with you, and I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I'm okay with it. I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I know it's not the most comfortable thing to stick something up your nose, but hey, man, I get a free test, and I get to find out that I like to call it Rona free. Rona free. So listen, I'm grateful that Titan FC I was able to get a test last month, on the house. I didn't have to go to these testing sites, which are not the most nicest things that you could find, and I don't have to wait for I think it's like a week. I got it right the next day, so I'm grateful for Titan FC for doing that, and I was able to come home and tell my pregnant wife, hey man, I'm Rona free. You know what I mean? That's awesome, dude.
Not for nothing. I love it, man. I love it. I love how professional they're making it happen. You know what I mean? And I love like the quarantine and everything, man. If you gotta get like that, you gotta be like that, because if one person is infected, they're gonna get everybody infected. It's a no-brainer, So it's beautiful that they're doing these testings and everything, and it's beautiful that we're in a sport that is still even going on when no other sport is open. You know what I mean? Like, I'm grateful in that aspect. I'm grateful for guys like Lex, guys like Dana and the UFC, for keeping these shows going and understanding what they need to do in order for these shows to keep going. I think it's
I don't know if
Justin's crawling under the cage.
Yeah.
His job done?
That was 2 Titans ago?
That's lies. Lies.
No, I'm kidding, so I'm following
you. What's crazy to think? What's crazy to think, guys? When we had the show last month, it was crazy to think. But other than the UFC, Titan FC was the only other promotion to put a live event. That's second. Major League Baseball didn't do it. NFL didn't do it. NBA didn't do it. NHL didn't do it. I'll give credit to the WWE and AEW. I'm a pro wrestling fan, but this sports entertainment. But isn't that insane that Titan FC was able to produce an event as such with proper essential testing, things that you have to do because of the current circumstances? It was just mind blowing when the entire team just have to have grateful for everything that we're doing, because literally we're leading the way for other promotions to follow these steps. Yeah. Because one thing is the UFC, they got all the big bucks, and then here's Titan FC. So we're setting that ground on other steps that promotions have to take place. So I was appalled. I'm like, well, this is pretty insane. This is history, man.
Yeah.
It really truly is, man. Because like, not just that, but you're paving the way for the fighters as well, man. You know, fighters are sitting there waiting like I was. We're just waiting. We're like, man, will this ever happen? Will this ever happen? Will I ever get the call? You know,
Yeah.
Being able to have these shows go on, you know, allows that fighter to get a quick call to the UFC. You know what I mean? Like, it's awesome, man. It's a blessing, bro. It really is a blessing. And I want to make sure that I don't just give credit to Lex, you know, and the UFC and Dana and everybody else involved. I want to make sure that I give credit to the state of Florida, man. The state of Florida is the best commission.
That is true.
The state of Florida commission is amazing, bro. They were one of the first people to be like, yo, let's get this going. Like, you know, like the state of Florida is amazing, bro. Like, even when I had to get all my medicals done and everything done, bro, they were all super cool, man. They were like, Erwin, if you need us to stay after, we'll stay after. You know, if you need us to stay a little later, we'll stay later. Go get your other stuff done. You know, the state of Florida commission, man, it really, truly is a big blessing, man. You know, and I'm
We're good at something.
Pioneer State. And Titan, we went 50 for 50 on testing. Just undefeated right now.
There you go. Well, back to you know, it's like Jessica had a little story to tell about little bloopers and stuff.
Oh, I mean, before the last Titan, you know, it was just normal stuff. You know, whether it's battery, you know, running out, or you know, running out, or you know, just trying to get out of way of people, because usually at Titans you're talking there's 300-400 people there. You know, toward the middle and the end, you're running into everybody. That's normal. That's all normal production, whatever. The last fight, and Rodolfo was saying where we were, it was hot. It was so bad to the point where everything was malfunctioning.
Oh, jeez. There was about 7 cameras total at the event, and that's behind the scenes and broadcast cameras. Wow. 5 out of 7 cameras malfunctioned.
Oh, Jesus.
5 out of 7 because of the heat.
Wow.
I mean, it was my camera and another girl's camera, Fight Pass camera. At one point, it was like 10 minutes where they were like, guys, it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because everybody else is down with the heat.
I mean,
more importantly, the fights were affected, though.
Yeah. I mean, I do the behind the scenes stuff. So I'm in the middle of filming, and my camera shutter would just close.
Oh, jeez.
Go to the air conditioning, take my battery out, put it back in, run back out there, and after 3 minutes, it would shut down again.
I've never seen that before filming. The heat was malfunctioning cameras. It was crazy.
It was really bad. And then you had fighters that were slipping on the puddles of sweat, and the canvas was being wiped down after every round. So you're in these 5-minute rounds, you're getting these pools of sweat, and they're slipping and sliding. I think didn't one of the fighters split his toe because if he slipped or whatever it was, and it
But that was kind of an unforeseen circumstance. You know, it was like when we all got there, I was like, okay, I guess this is where we got to deal with this guy.
And I felt bad for him because he was wearing like this cable knit.
I seen Lex, and he was sweating like.
Yeah, you looked at a picture of the weigh-ins. It was like mask on and just sweat.
I'm wearing a tank top and shorts because he told me, he's like, it's going to be really hot. You know, we were there the day before, and I said, okay, cool. I'm wearing tank tops and shorts, and I felt bad for everybody in there.
And they wouldn't let me film naked because of the glare.
So what was this venue?
Lighting so off on this show. I don't know. Oh,
the
yeah.
That's awesome. What's up, Chris?
I said, what was the venue? Where was the venue at? South Florida?
Yeah, it was here. What was the Titan venue at?
MMA Masters.
Was that MMA Master Gym?
So that's like, it's like by the Miami airport. We were gonna have a drone videographer, but you can't fly a drone because you're that close to the airport.
Oh, jeez.
So restricted. Yep.
Did so Jessica and Justin, did you guys meet at Titan and got together, or did you guys meet before Titan?
We met.
Oh,
That's a whole other show, man.
oh,
And take you out on that date? You had to beg too much.
I've known Justin since 2001.
We were friends for 18 years before we got together.
there you go.
Wow.
Yeah, at least you know each other.
Yeah, Russian.
You were really in the friend zone.
No, I was
But I never
18?
gave up. I never gave up hope. That's
Never
awesome.
gave up hope.
No,
Yeah.
I've been watching fights since the late 90s, early 2000s. So I was familiar with. I mean, it was boxing, and then that's when boxing kind of in like the early 2000s, and then MMA just
For sure.
out of nowhere, and that's when him being over my house, we watched fights a lot. So
Her first event, I was like, look, you're coming with me to this event. I'm going to put you right on the cage. It was an amateur show a little north of West Palm. And I said, you're just going to sit there and just take a million pictures. I just need you to take it. There was like 10 knockouts at this event, and all these guys kept getting knocked out right in front of her.
and I was just
Damn.
Like, well, she's getting baptized by fire tonight. This is welcome to the hurt.
That's cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, just
She keeps coming back.
yeah.
It's a very brutal but entertaining and beautiful sport.
Oh, yeah.
every time I go. Even the MMA Masters, how terribly hot it was, and it was draining, drinking 7-8 bottles of water. I still had fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause privilege. It's a privileged
It's so terrible,
place
but
to
I had
be.
fun.
It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
privileged place to be. And not only that, going back to the testing thing, I remember driving down that night saying, we're going to like the safest place on earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
We
we're
all
going
tested
to a
negative,
building
and we're all wearing masks.
where they're going to be televised how clean it is with 50 people who just tested negative.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, everybody's good there.
That's the safest place on Earth for now until Fight Island opens up, and that's gonna be the safest place on Earth.
That's the safest place until Erwin the Beast Rivera goes there.
Yeah.
I just want to be your Flavor Flav, dude. I just want to walk behind you like, yeah.
7 o'clock, you're walking around with a big old taco hung.
Personal camera.
Taco.
But a taco. The taco. Rest in
You got
peace.
recipes taco around your thing. Just
I would if
All right,
you
before
gave me the pass on that.
But it has to be the fourth taco. It can't be just any taco. It has to be. It was the fourth taco.
Fourth taco.
curious, whatever happened? I'm curious.
Fucking that fight, man.
I'm curious, Erwin.
I seen the pictures. I was like, God damn, bro. I look horrible.
I'm curious, Erwin. What happened to the remaining pieces of the taco?
That's a great question.
Just curious.
No way, bro. That shit had to go, bro.
Hey, Erwin, I have a serious question for you. When you say you had 15 hours, is that driving included?
Yeah, driving.
That makes it even more insane because I don't know if you guys know that aren't in Florida, but Miami and Jacksonville are not around the corner from each other.
No. 8 hours. About 8 hours, right?
Just
5
about.
5 hours.
Yeah, 7, yeah.
That's a third of your time right there. That's crazy.
Crazy.
I mean, what are you doing? Just slamming water pills, the whole way up to Jacksonville to, shed that weight. I mean, God dang, man, that's crazy. 12 pounds.
I don't know if I froze, guys, but on my end, you guys all are frozen, so I can't.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Can you see me, or can you just hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you too.
Yeah, we got you.
Well, what happened was, I mean, to cut the weight and everything, like I said, I'm very smart with cutting weight. I know exactly how to do it, how to do it, and I'm very good at that because I have an amazing mentor in Goodman Burns. He's doing phenomenal, and I have a great teammate, man. Like my teammates, brother. It's like Disney. It's like me being in Disneyland, because you have all these great big name fighters, and then you learn little pieces off of everybody. So it's nice, man. I'm very, very grateful.
That's awesome. God, I'm just telling Roman, man, you are so disciplined over there. You're drinking like healthy. You're just. I'm over here drinking a beer, debating on
energy.
bad, and I'm like over here. God, I feel terrible, man. I'm like, he's over here living what he's talking. I'm just over.
Like, I got an idea for you guys. You guys should do a tournament, a fight tournament, maybe for a charity, whatever, like a showcase thing, and have all the fight announcers of all the different organizations fight. Yo, my boy Roman will fuck up everyone. I'm telling you. No, for real.
That would be hot. A charity event.
I'm putting
Dana, you hear that?
I'm getting rich off his pitch.
They have to announce themselves, so it's Bruce.
That would be cool.
Roman.
That would be cool. I would love that.
Hey, Roman, you train
Yes, of course, Aaron. Yeah, I've been training for a long time, man. And,
where you train? What do you best at? Like, what do you be doing?
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai. Oh, nice, man.
Yeah, man. I was a wrestler in high school, so I wrestled my 4 years, and then after that, I wanted to be a pro wrestler, and messed up my back. But I've always been doing Muay Thai. I even went to Yakao up in Thailand, where Sanchai trains, and
that's what's up.
Yeah, man. So I've been it's been pretty cool. My wife is Japanese, so I had an opportunity to actually train karate in Okinawa. Where they filmed, karate, the real original Karate Kid. So. I just don't wear a suit, man. I train, and that's why I respect these guys.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot today, man, about you, man. You a punk rocker, you like all the skulls and stuff. Yeah. You train and shit, man. It's pretty tough, bro.
Bro,
I had my first
watch each other's live videos. I can tell because they're similar.
I had a fight in December. Actually, I had a Muay Thai fight.
And, nice.
And the crazy thing is, like 2 months later, I announced like that's pretty weird.
It's pretty cool, man. But it's nice to have like people like who are ring announcers or the people who work for like the UFC or whatever, or Titan FC. It's nice for them to get a little bit of the feel of how things are, so they can get a better understanding of how things go. So. That's pretty dope, man. That's pretty cool, man. My hat's to you, man.
He trains.
How does that work out when you get beat by Roman, and then he comes in and announces your thing, walking in with a bare knuckle microphone? I mean, do you just not even you just look at it?
So you said Jessica trains. Is she trying to get into fighting, or?
Well, hold on. Before I forget, I feel like the porn industry would take off with that fist mic.
I really like. I'm gonna really look into that one. Seriously.
For Christmas, Justin got me lessons with Landon Quinones. So I did lessons with Lester Landon, and then I started a new job, and then COVID happened, so we haven't really been able. And then of course, he's training, so I haven't really been able to hook back up with him. But
what do you mean by hook back up with him? What if I was seriously like that and it got really awkward? That'd be funny.
Ooh, and he's right backstage. Let's bring him on.
I mean, I when I was younger, I got kicked out of. I was banned from all Korean martial arts because there was this kid in my group, and he was taking my stuff out of my backpack and tossing it across the room. And I walked up to him and drop kicked him and punched him in the face. And
yes,
I told him never to come back. So I was really nervous about training because I'm like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be here. They might have my picture somewhere. And but I'm told to fight.
I've never heard this story before, by the
way. I'm walking into training. There's the wanted poster of you right there with your picture.
They're all over Korea, bro. All the dojos in Korea.
Get out. Turn around. No. Get out.
We got a Three Beards exclusive confession here.
I got her, dude. On camera, bro.
Oh, we know your nickname now. It's Jessica Wanted. There we go. Perfect. Your nickname.
Yeah,
that's great.
I'm sorry to cut you guys off, man. I really gotta get some sleep. I gotta get up at 5:30 tomorrow, man.
Thank you very much.
I just want to say a couple of things real quick. Number one, I want to say, Rodolfo, you're doing a great job, bro. Like, man, you do a great job. The passion is very well seen when you're doing your thing. So I appreciate that. And as the fighters, I can speak on behalf of everybody. We appreciate that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, definitely, man. Justin, always, man, just keep doing your thing, bro. And for the rest of you guys, man, I appreciate you guys having me, man. I appreciate everything, bro. All right.
Besides the rest in peace taco gear.
I'll be thinking get my taco tonight. Don't worry.
Do you have a gym you want to plug? Do you want to plug any sponsors?
Sponsors?
Gym sponsors, go ahead.
No, just shout out to my gym. Just Sanford MMA. Shout out to the best gym in the world, best trainers: Jorge Rubio, Henry Hoof, Greg Jones, Kami, everybody, man. Appreciate you guys once again. Much love to all you guys. And signing out, man. See you guys.
Thank you, sir.
I love that guy, man. I freaking.
I know.
He's not here. I can say that.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And he has such a great story. That
it's
guy.
Just killing me. I'm sorry. That taco story is still killing me. I can't get over that.
Yeah, I mean, you could write you can make a movie off that guy. That guy comes into the Titan FC, breaks his leg, he comes back in a year, wins a title, and then he comes back and makes into the UFC. So much trials and tribulations, and his passion, his heart, eventually got him to where he wanted to, and that's the UFC.
That's amazing story.
He talks about how he is at events, and Rodolfo can attest for this more than me.
It was a couple of times ago when he defended his belt against Danny Sabatello. I was filming and I see this guy, and he's dressed in his workout gear. He's got this headband on and sunglasses.
Yeah, the Mexican flag.
And he's hopping around the crowd and he's shaking everybody's hand. He's smiling, and I'm like,
he just runs around the whole arena, talking to everybody before his fight.
And I couldn't stop staring at him. I said, "This guy is like the happiest person here." And it looked like he was hosting his own party, and he was thanking everybody for coming. That's how his presence was. Everybody's in the back getting their hands wrapped and they're rolling around, and he was running through the crowd,
putting the belt on people. Like he's just
that's awesome.
He's just this ball of energy.
And it was beautiful to see, because everywhere I looked, there he was. I saw him probably about 50 times that night. He was all over the place.
Just see this little Mexican flag blur.
Yeah.
I know it's trademarked.
I was telling him about it. And I said, "Oh my gosh!" That was it.
That's cool.
It was beautiful.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's like I said. I mean, that's what people go into the thing. Like Debbie. She's a huge fan. And it's just, that's the type of people that they absolutely love. Because here's somebody that they don't feel like they're better than anybody. I mean, they want everybody to enjoy the time. They want to make sure everybody's feels like they're part of it. I mean, that's cool, because that's how you get paid. The more people that are there, the more you're going to make.
And that's why Debbie Gamble is Debbie Gamble, because Debbie makes people feel like that.
Yeah.
Debbie makes every fighter feel like they're her favorite fighter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very true.
And nobody can really do that without feeling fake, I don't think, unless you're Debbie Gamble.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Well, when we started doing this, I mean, that was one of the things. We're just like, everybody, not even prompting. It's not like you're like, okay, now make sure you say something for Debbie. That she feels like, no, they're like, dude, she is amazing. It's like, I absolutely love
love across the board.
Yeah, and it's not.
I for like 6 or 7 promotions before Titan, and I knew of Debbie from the get.
Yeah, when you have the the videographers, you have the announcer, you have everybody that's in the thing talk about how much they love somebody. You're a genuine person. You're not just. Yeah, I mean that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, one of the sweetest ladies that I have met. Always passionate. I mean, this lady would show up, whether hell or high water, she would make her way somehow, some way to the fights. And I knew her actually before Titan, and tell you, this lady was all the time at the fights, all the single time, and she's always hugging and shaking people's hands. And if you're a fighter, whether you lose or win, she was there to give you a hug and tell you, hey, you'll get them next time. So one of the sweetest persons that you could ever meet, man.
It's almost like she's like the conscience, or like the Jiminy Cricket, or the mascot of Florida fighting.
Yeah, you're right. It's true.
Seriously.
Yeah, I almost she really wants to get a truck so that way she can go around all these events. I'm almost tempted to just start a GoFundMe so we can all chip in and get her this truck. I mean, because
I talk to her every day, and she's legit very affected by the fact that she can't go to fights.
Yes.
No joke. For real. But I mean, how long has it been? 3 months since all this started?
Yeah.
In Debbie Gamble time, how many fight events is that?
That's
centuries.
10 years.
That's at least 10 events, bro.
You guys can work your magic and put a little T-shirt that says "intern" on it. I could. She's an intern. She can get in.
Yeah, we should talk to Lex. Rodolfo, I nominate you to do that.
There we go. We can start. And I'm sure we could pick up the money. I'm pretty sure. Trust me, she has a lot of support and the people love her.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. So
I'm crying right now. That's not our intention.
Yep. No, not our intention, but like I said, just want to show you, because I said you mean a lot to everybody, including us. I mean, here we are new to this, and like I said, I talk to her quite often, through Messenger, just
we wouldn't be here without her, to be honest. Like, we wouldn't have all these fighters, we wouldn't have you guys without her, without reaching out to people, So
she is like Yeehaw Junction. All roads pass through Heavy Gamble.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it's one of those things. It's amazing. It's just, and we've been doing this. I mean, I'm sure you guys and you have personally know this. It seems MMA community is huge, but it is amazing how everybody knows everybody.
It's small, man. It's small.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be just like this. I mean, if this interview, like if we pissed you guys off and you guys let this thing, screw those guys. I mean, I can guarantee you the next person we go, hey, want to come on the show? No.
I'm glad
what happened.
I'm glad you brought up a good point. I was thinking about this earlier when I was thinking about the show, and I mean this follows true for every industry. I'm a stage guy originally. My father was a director, and then I did a lot of film work, and now film in the fight game and stuff. But if you're an asshole, you're not going to last long in anything.
Yeah.
But if you're an asshole in this,
no,
that expiration date's even coming quicker. It could because it's small and the people are real people. So if you bullshit, it's just, if you can't be an asshole, then it lasts long doing this. I don't believe. And the fighters that are assholes, think about it over time, are known by everybody as assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. Because I've noticed that. It's like you talk to people and you're like, yeah, I heard this person. Oh yeah, I know them. You're like, how in the hell did you know this? I'm like, this is blows my mind. I'm like, yeah, you can see this is just one of those things. You make one person mad, you realize, then you're like, why are all these doors slamming in my face?
Fighters go to fights. If you and I go to a Dolphin game, we're not gonna, and they're playing the Broncos, we're not gonna meet a 49er player because the 49ers are playing at the same time in a different city.
Yep.
You go to a fight, you meet fighters.
He's always
true.
I mean,
that's a good point.
And promoters go to other shows, other promoters' shows. Rodolfo is sharp as hell. Rodolfo has definitely peaked game on the fellow broadcast guys, on the fellow voices. He's been to their shows. I mean, there's just everybody goes to everybody's shows.
Yeah.
Unless you're an asshole. Nobody goes to your show.
Listen, I've been at this thing for a long time. I go back to about 2008 when the MMA scene would have shows here in Miami. We're underground. The Thiago Alves were fighting locally here. The Mike Browns.
That's way back.
The Jeff Munsons. There was a very, very famous or well-known promotion. It was called AFC Absolute Fighting Championship, where a lot of these guys came out of, and they ended up making it to the UFC. So I've been this thing for a while. Then CFA come around. CFA was another company that really, at one point, considered themselves like a feeder system to the UFC. Erwin mentioned Sean Soriano. He fought at CFA. Kamaru Usman fought in CFA. Kobe Covington fought in CFA. I mean, the list goes on and on. A lot of people fought there. Then there was another promotion too, Fight Time Promotions. That was on for some time. It was led by the late Howard Davis Jr., an Olympic gold medalist. The thing with them is that they would have amateur shows every single week. Something that it was unprecedented here in South Florida. We would have it at a nightclub where guys like Jason Jackson, who competed in Titan FC and now is actually competed for UFC in the Contender Series, and I know he had a stint in Bellator. Guys like that, they competed in that amateur league of Fight Time Promotions, and you're right. If you're a bad person, everybody knows each other, and they're always gonna call you out for it. And I looking back, I know of a couple of people in my head right now that I have not known or seen in quite some time, because they were just kind of pushed away. They didn't want to work with that person. They knew that what they would bring along, and it just wasn't good. It wasn't good for the sport, and it wasn't good for everyone around.
I still see it happen a little bit too, and like somebody will screw somebody over, let's say a gym owner will take free materials or something from somebody, I don't know, and then they don't realize the ripple effect of their negative action, because then people are gonna shit on them the whole way. You don't know,
Oh yeah.
Just be a cool person, and you'll be all right.
Yeah,
we're trying.
Yeah.
That was specifically for Craig.
I'm curious. It's really off topic. I'm really bad at ADHD. Jessica, what's on your tattoo? What is that? It looks like a fish. Am I wrong?
You are very wrong.
I love that you thought it was a fish.
It looks like a fin. That's why I was like, is it a fish? What is it?
I got this almost 20 years ago.
Which means she regrets it.
I got when I was 19 or 20. I don't remember, but it was something. Honestly, I found it on the internet.
Hey,
that's what happened.
On my tattoo, tattoos are. I don't know, man. No, okay.
Covered up or something.
We're all showing our tattoos. I mean,
yeah.
All right, whatever.
I knew somebody was going to go there.
No, you got me curious now. How old are you guys?
Today's my 37th.
Today's her birthday.
Oh, happy birthday! What the hell? God.
Oh, you're hanging with us on your birthday. Thank you.
Listen, it's funny now. I just told him. I said, "Listen, for the past 4 years, I've done productions on my birthday." I said, "This is the first year I haven't done anything production-wise. Last year, we did a roundtable discussion with Greg Hardy,
Holyfield, Bo,
Riddick Bowe, Charles Rosa, and
King Mo
for Bare Knuckle. That was my birthday. So that was a good birthday.
And then 2 years before that, we were making movies, I think.
Yeah,
today.
and then 2 years before that, we were making movies, and I had a production meeting for a movie. So things always happen. This is my birthday. But yeah.
Now you're on camera for your birthday.
At least we somewhat kept the streak alive. I mean, that's
I'll be 30. I'll be 39 in July.
See, now, Justin, I don't want to put you on blast, but you could have told us, and we could have maybe got Sam in here at last minute and get happy birthday. We could have made it work. Sorry.
Nah, see,
that'd been great.
Listen, hey, true story. Listen. At this point, she knows exactly what she signed up for. Don't feel any pity for her. I used to be a drunken bastard.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. This is great.
She waited until I got sober to get with me. True story.
What? There you go. Let's stay with you.
There you go.
Well, see, now the truth of the 18-year stint is coming out, right?
Now, I've been sober for 3 years. Watched a train wreck for 15. Like, hell no. And then
maybe, I'm making the right choice. Maybe, I'm making the right choice. Also, great. Okay.
Then here we are.
Yeah, well, congrats, man. I mean, he said, and now I feel incredibly bad for drinking a beer in front of you. Now,
oh my God!
You're gonna lose it now. Great.
Oh my God! Yeah, it's like trigger. Yeah, I know. I'm 3 years sober now. Yeah. Oh, that's great.
That's great, man. Awesome.
Hey, to be honest, and this is an interesting thing. As far as those two worlds, the fight world and that what we were talking about with substance or whatever, I've actually brought a couple kids that I tried to help over time in recovery to a couple fight filming gigs, and a couple times I learned the hard way that those individuals could not handle that atmosphere.
Triggers.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're not together, that could be a devil's playground.
Yeah.
No.
There's women everywhere. There's drinking. There's probably other things. There's lights. And there's this and there's that. And if you're not focused on what you're doing, you could get lost in that if you're not together.
That is true. That is true.
So yeah.
The late, well, not the late, but the former governor and pro wrestler Jesse Ventura said it best. Never hang out at a bar if you're married.
What is it? Yeah.
True.
You're gonna get yourself in deep trouble.
Yeah, that's
true.
Yeah,
that's it. So you get paid, you go home.
Go home.
My thing is nothing good happens after midnight.
Yeah.
Unless you're single, then it does, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you're, especially as you get older, a lot of times 11 o'clock comes around, you're like,
yeah, we're old. We're old now.
I wake up at 4:30 in the morning for work.
Yeah,
so my bedtime is.
She's a sea turtle monitor.
Bedtime's now.
Yeah.
You said a sea turtle? What?
I monitor sea turtles for the state of Florida. I've been doing it for 4 years.
Oh, that's cool.
A great job.
Hell yeah.
Super dope.
It's awesome. The pay's not very good though. So, but
yeah.
They say if you like what you're doing, you're never working. So
exactly.
I'm starting to not like it anymore.
I'd say the closest thing for the turtles I've been to is Boatswain's turtle farm in the Grand Caymans. They had everything because they were rehabbing, and so you got everything from the hatchlings up to the full size. I mean, that was something pretty incredible. Just getting, just go ahead.
2 days ago. Green turtle.
Most people think her job is just like pretty and stuff. I mean, sometimes she deals with a lot of dead. All the ones that don't make it to the ocean, she has to deal with that. So
6 years ago, I almost died. So
I
try to be as careful as I can.
And this girl will risk her life for those sea turtles, man. She's out there when it's like thunder and lightning swimming through them.
When
I'm like, what are you doing?
Really bad, was it 2 weeks ago? I was on the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'd say at that point, when lightning is striking there on the beach, that's God saying this was not their time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was
still out there.
I think Mother Nature is saying this was not meant.
There's nowhere else to go.
My car's 2 miles away.
Tomorrow morning, I have to be on the beach at 5. No, I have to be in Fort Lauderdale Beach at 6:28 to film a Titan fighter shadowing with the sun rising.
Oh wow!
Out there
It's gonna look dope, but the time is a bitch.
Yeah,
you're doing it while she's trying to make sure the sea turtles aren't getting stepped on. As you're
don't step on a sea turtle.
We took off tomorrow, which means I know there's going to be no sea turtle monitors around. So it's like war with me and the sea turtles. When I know that she's not around, they have no. Well, I mean, I'm the guy that can get beat up by everybody I work with. I got to let it out on somewhere.
There's a headline: Justin's yeeting turtles into the ocean.
That's right. And then he's married to like a sea turtle monitor. Like what? Yeah. How'd that work? How did we end up the only guests on this? This is like the worst possibility of outcome that could have happened on a Titan show for you.
I know. It looks like something happened and he dropped. So if he can't make it on, I really appreciate you coming on, sir. And you guys, I know it's like I said, she has to get up early, so it's bedtime.
No, I took off tomorrow.
Yeah, I told you, don't feel bad for her.
Hey.
There we go. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Lost you there. I just heard the conversation of the turtles.
Because you didn't want to be an accessory when you hear about this, story of him throwing sea turtles out, and when they're in the way for the shadow boxing event.
Well, that's I did hear though catch Justin talk about the next Titan FC show, and that's this month, the 26th, if I'm correct.
26th.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that.
That's the 24th.
24th?
It's like 2 days before because you have the testing, then you have the weigh-ins, and then you have the fight. So
nice.
2 days before the fight.
All right.
Yeah, so looking forward to that. It's going to be a great fight card, like always. And again, still mind-boggling. We're the only second other promotion that's putting on shows live, providing content to the UFC Fight Pass, other than the Jiu-Jitsu, because I know Fight Pass does feature Jiu-Jitsu, but when it comes to mixed martial arts, Titan FC is it.
Yeah.
And that is awesome. That's really awesome, and it's so great to see so many people from all over the world catching us live on UFC Fight Pass or on demand. And you get to see the future stars of mixed martial arts, not just for the UFC, but the Bellators, the ONE FCs. So many great fighters come out of Titan FC, and you've seen it. Erwin Rivera is just a perfect example of that. When everyone was speaking about him after his fight, he didn't get the win, but in my opinion, he won. Even though he didn't win physically, he won because of all that attention that he grabbed from everyone else. Yeah. And this month, it's just going to be action packed, just like the rest of them.
This month's card, Roman. This month's card is so dope, dude. Rodolfo, Roman. Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I haven't gotten to see I do know some fighters are on it, but I haven't seen the full list yet. But I can't wait.
But yeah, the main event's gonna be lit. Landon Quinones is always awesome to watch. I think Christian's on there.
Christian, you're on the street, right?
Inastria, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they got
Cleveland McLean.
Cleveland, yeah. Cleveland, I know Cleveland is fighting.
Are they fighting?
I don't know.
That's the same weight class, bro, and they're both
could be. It could be
coming off of big wins. It might make sense. Maybe I'm not a matchmaker, but it makes sense to my non-matchmaking ass.
Mm-hmm. It definitely.
Oh, they got him. They got him. That happens to us a lot.
They're better. No.
Is there? I hear it.
You're trying to get him. Oh, they got him.
I heard him. I heard definitely.
No.
Hey, while he's gone though, let's talk mad shit about him. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, are you the gentleman in the black shirt? Are you the one that was gonna be the intern for Titan?
Yeah.
Dude, come on.
There we go.
Yep. Oh, he's back. Shit.
There we go. Yeah, but looking forward to it. Whether it's hot, whether it's cold, I'm excited for it. It's going to be a good one. We'll have a lot of water, and we're in June, so it's only getting hotter down here in South Florida.
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
It's not going to be like that.
Is on full blast, and you guys are actually cold for a change after being so hot.
But you know what's funny though? That wasn't my first rodeo in that gym. I actually about 2 years ago, I announced an amateur show in that same building, and it was the same temperature. So to me, it wasn't. It wasn't the big. And you gotta love the big ass fan right on top. Literally, it's called big ass fan.
Yeah,
have you seen those things?
Why was it?
What's that?
She said it was off.
The fan was off.
But the ones in the back were
the ones,
yeah.
The industrial ones were on, but that fan was
and
off.
You know what also saved us? That the lights were LED.
Yeah.
Because if you put those other lights,
can lights. Oh my God. Yeah, you guys you just see it just dripping down your face.
That was my first event filming with UFC Fight Pass as a broadcast camera. Not as normally I'm doing behind the scenes only. So it was, I couldn't move all night, Yeah. They had me up on that thing 30 minutes before the show. So 7:30, I had to be up there, and I couldn't move the whole night. So it was a little bit like a French fry underneath a heat lamp all night. I didn't have a suit on like Rodolfo, but I had a mask, and it was hot, bro.
Hell yeah.
It was. There was
on. You didn't crisp up at all.
There was one referee, Russ Greenberg.
Like the mustache.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys were able to see it, but Russ Greenberg, he had the long sleeve shirt, the long black sleeve shirt. Russ Greenberg, the referee. If you would have seen that guy, it seemed like he just dipped himself in a pool and then came right back up.
Dude, I was above, So I could kind of see a couple times when fighters would plant. Yeah. And you can attest for this more than me as a fighter yourself. But they would plant and try to throw a kick or a punch.
And you slip because of the sweat.
And where you think for sure, I trust this floor,
Right.
You're trusting the floor to be the floor and not move.
Yeah, and then you add a little blood in there. It just makes it like a.
It's like trying to fight on a slip and slide.
Yeah, it's tough.
Which I'm well versed in.
And you know what's tough with that? That's how you mess up your ankles.
Yeah.
If you're trying to kick. And you screw yourself up in a fight, or if you're trying to shoot, that you could easily just twist your ankle and there goes your fight. Yeah. And if you're on the ground, you're trying to go for a submission, your hand slips out, there you go, and then you get caught.
Yeah, everybody's slippery. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's challenging, but it was. I mean, if you look at it, it was a great event. We had a nasty knockout that was like trending on social media with Michael Lilly.
Bro.
So
that was terrible.
And that was my camera. That was my broadcast.
My camera stopped working. So I had to go in the back. I came out. Yeah.
Now, is that a competition, real quick, before we let you guys go? Is that kind of like a competition between you two, just see like who got the shot? I got the shot. Here we go. Here we go.
It's mostly, especially the last fight, because he was broadcast, so I was on his job.
All right, so like there's hers and his, right? Go ahead, show them yours. Hers.
Nice.
There we go.
I'm saying like mine.
There we go.
That was such a lame joke, and I had props and everything.
That's great. That's awesome. Look at her. You chose him. Remember that.
And she had plenty of time to run away, dude. Like,
I know.
I have to say that.
I tell my wife that quite often. I'm just like, remember, just when you think it's bad, just remember, you said yes.
Yeah.
You had time, right? Your wife had time to leave.
Yeah, nobody forced you, and here we are 25 years later. You did say yes.
I mean,
25 years later. Ooh,
I felt like, I lost a few hours. How'd that go by? There you go, 25 years. I'm still with you. What?
Yeah, it's one of those things. I think I must not be doing anything too bad.
Exactly.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm just obnoxious. I don't lie or cheat or steal. I'm just really obnoxious. So if you can handle that, I'm your guy.
You gotta have fun.
I've been doing that for 20 years, so I'm used to it. I know the annoyance that I'm getting, so it's fine.
God, I feel so young.
You're a baby.
You are.
20 years you've known each other. I'm 25. That's the best.
He was 3 months old, almost 4 months old when me and my wife started dating.
Wait, where are you located? I drank for a long time. I just want to
right here, right here, and near the Winter Garden area.
Dad?
They said we're all kind of around the Winter Garden area.
Wait, no, you got facial hair. That ain't mine.
Yeah, there's a little red. Yeah. Does anybody see my dad? No.
That's great.
Awesome. Hey.
Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah, thanks.
Jessica, Justin, Roman, want to thank you guys so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. This was a lot of fun. I mean, this is kind of what we want to do. We want to, anybody can look up Tapology. We can, we could sit here, we can look at all this stuff. We would rather just get to know you guys, the real people behind it, because not a lot of people ask those questions.
Titan FC has the best people that work for them, and I don't say that because I work for them. I say that because Rodolfo works for them. No, it's the coolest gig I've ever worked. The fighting and all that stuff makes it awesome, but the people, honestly, it's the coolest group of people, man. Everybody gets a mixed bag. I'm the white flavor, really white flavor.
So I almost forgot to, keep the streak alive here. Okay, favorite ice cream flavor. Go.
Rocky Road.
Matcha.
See, even in ice cream, you're eating healthy. You are making me feel terrible. Matcha green tea. I mean,
all the time. Dude,
I
just kick every other ring announcer's ass, bro. I'm his hype man.
I feel like Jabba the Hutt right here, a fat slug. I mean, compared to this man, I'm like, everything is health food. Matcha green tea ice cream.
Today I feel like a kid because I just got my 75-pound gorilla kettlebell from Onnit, so I'm like super excited. I can't wait to lift that damn thing.
When was the last time you ate junk food?
Been some time.
You ever seen him jump rope?
Yes.
Before y'all got on, I put the little handful of candy next to the mic, and I was like, Craig, I swear that wasn't a handful of peanut butter M&Ms. I swear, it's just I've been slacking off a lot.
We're like, when was the last time you had junk food? Yesterday. I can't remember. It's been a long time.
Yeah, like my wife is pregnant. She loves chocolate, and she's like, "You want some?" I'm like, no, man, I don't want any, man. Keep the chocolate. I don't care.
Yeah,
it doesn't bother me, man.
It's the devil popping up on your shoulder. Hey.
Yeah, and it's not that I don't like it. I don't want any.
He's a real health nut if he hasn't got the pregnancy cravings too. You want me to go get some chocolate? You want me to go get some chocolate? Okay, I got you some chocolate too.
Yeah,
I gained like 20 pounds.
None of that.
I was guilty of that. That was the fattest my skinny ass has ever been when she was pregnant.
Oh, you're gonna eat at 12? Oh, I'm gonna eat at 12 too.
Oh no.
Oh, you want some wings at 1 o'clock?
Let's go.
So do I. Funny
Oh no. Factory closes here at 6 p.m. I stop eating, man.
I need your willpower. I need your willpower.
Yeah, I'm feeling inspired.
He's in the lifestyle that everybody that works for Titan except for Justin Sims is in, and that's the fighter lifestyle. Man, they live that healthy way, man.
That's awesome.
No, you know, is that my family has a lot of heart condition issues, so I kind of just took that into it since I was in high school, and ever since I've just been a health nut, if you say.
All jokes aside, man, that's awesome. Good for you. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, like I said, all joking aside, I wish I had that willpower, sir. I really do.
It's never late, man. It's never late.
It's one of those. You're kind of like you said. I'm trying to get we've been walking every night. We've been trying to do some stuff. So I'm actually trying to do a lot better. To where I wanted to get that one to where I can start forgetting the last time I had junk food.
I just hate when I go out with the wife and she orders a big ass steak and I order my salad, and then the waiter always brings me the steak and they give her the salad. I'm like, no man, it's the other way.
They feel bad for you. They cut your tofu in the shape of a fish.
I feel like a punk, But whatever, it's all right. So bring me the tequila, then we'll make it up.
They cut your tofu in the shape of a drumstick, so that way it makes it at least look like you're eating something, other than the tofu.
Well, they got some really good stuff now with vegetarian food.
Oh, come on, man! All right, you guys have a good night.
Yeah. I'm like, now we know you haven't eaten the real thing for a while.
Try out that incredible Impossible Burger from Burger King. I mean, you really think it's meat? I'm not lying to you.
That's horrible.
It tastes good.
It tastes good.
It does.
They got the Gardein. They have this chicken nuggets and
Gardein. You're my boy, Rodolfo. You're my boy. I go to bat for you constantly, bro. What are you doing right now? Stop.
It's awesome.
I'll make you a raw vegan pie.
Bro, what is going on right? What is your problem doing?
Again,
I'm telling you, it's really good stuff. I'm not giving them a plug.
Justin, you chose her, so just you.
He calls.
Yeah, don't feel bad for me.
When I make my raw desserts, he calls me weird and says I'm feeding him that witch doctor food. I don't know.
Yeah, she can carry shit and sticks.
Man, it helps. See, Jay Adams, who commentated once for Titan FC a while ago. I've known him from some time from previous promotions, and I have two herniated discs. And about 7 years ago, I would just get nasty pains, and I would run, and the next day I couldn't walk.
No, it's
the tofu got him. It's the tofu.
Hey, just throwing it out there. Did you guys notice when he was like, "So have you guys ever seen Jay White? He spoke one time at a Titan, but never again did he speak for a Titan." And
there we go. There we go. I'll make a long story short. So I had like I said, 200 disc. I will be out for like 2 months. Couldn't walk, couldn't run, couldn't do anything. And he said, "Hey man, go vegetarian." And I started that instance, and I haven't had any pain since. So I don't know. I'm not telling you it could work for everyone, but it worked for me.
Bro, that's the wackest story you've ever told me.
True story, man. True story. And I was able to kick, and I was able to wrestle and fight and all that stuff.
He can't commit. So
if it means back pain or giving up a steak, I think I'll go with the back pain.
Closest I can commit is the conflicted burger at BurgerFi, where you get the garden burger and the meat patty on the same thing. That's about the closest I can commit right now.
When we get off of this show, I'm gonna eat some really unhealthy shit. What do you want for dinner? It's your birthday.
Ribs. You're gonna eat ribs.
Really unhealthy. There's a barbecue place right around the corner. I'm gonna bite into it and scream Rodolfo.
No, next time
7-Eleven nachos.
I'm gonna bring you some chicken nuggets, and you wouldn't even know if it's real chicken.
Yeah, right, bro. Try me. Hey, try me. Hey, listen.
All right, try it and let us know. So
I'm gonna be screaming that. But, hey, new neighbors just moved in next door. They're gonna think a gay hardcore couple lives here.
Hey, like I told those two, I say, you want to cook, have a grill off? Let's have a grill off. I'm the judge. I'm not watching my weight. I'm good.
Hey, Rodolfo. Hey, that guy wants to be the new Titan intern, bro. Listen, Titan interns sometimes get like punched in the stomach by UFC fighters and shit. I know.
The wedgies, the slap in the back with the belts. Sure, why not bring it?
Ring announcer with his brass knuckle microphone because you're in the way.
You're trying to join that family. Every joke they can play on you, they're gonna play on you.
Yeah,
that's right. All right, you guys. Well, happy birthday, Jessica. Like I said, thanks for joining us, Roman, Justin. Appreciate it so much, you guys. Have a great night. We'll be in touch. Like I said, definitely let's do this again.
Good deal. You got it, man.
Yeah.
Check us out later this month.
Fight Pass. Everybody, go check out Titan FC. Watch that on Fight Pass. Check them out. Give them some support. Yep.
Check us out.
June 26th, correct? And like I said, rest in peace, Fourth Taco. Yep, rest in peace, Fourth Taco. Yep.
I think you should transition in black and then put a taco in it.
Hey, this is the sign. This is the sign for RIP Fourth Taco. Ready?
There you go.
I like that.
It. Yep, that's right. It's all right, you guys. Well, have a great night.
All right, good.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
All right. Once again, this episode was brought to you by Bratz Beard Care. Let's see if I can do it right here. Gosh, I feel like I should be a professional by now. Use promo code 3beards. Get 20% off your entire order. BratzBeardCare.com. Like I said, we've got our signature blend coming out soon, so check that out. Go to Nanny Cakes, 407-923-2898. Mention 3 Beards. You're going to get 15% off your cake, cupcakes, any order. Just contact her. She's in the Central Florida area, and she can get your cake needs taken care of there. And we've got coming up on Sunday, we have Jillian Robertson coming back in, and coming in too is
I didn't get his name. Is Iman something?
Iman Gregory. He's going to come on as our guest host, and so that'll be pretty cool. And then Wednesday we'll be going back to having our conspiracy show. Weird, strange stories of cryptids. We're going to go back to that, and we'll have a really interesting story about kind of the back, kind of touch on a little bit of everything. Ancient Egypt, Anunnaki. It's kind of an all-encompassing story. So that one will be pretty cool. So we'll tease into that one. So check us out on everybody on social media: YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, 3beardspodcast.com. Check out the merch. Support us. Hopefully soon we're going to have, like I said, we keep teasing it, get the Patreon out there for you guys so we can start getting something there for people. So thanks, everybody. Have a great night, and we will see you Sunday. Good night.
Oh, that's not right. There we go.
I know.